my name is Imoudu Ibrahim. I play basketball at the University of British Columbia, Okanagan.
So when did you first start playing basketball?
It was okay. When I first moved to Canada, I immigrated to Winnipeg, and I moved there when I was about 9, and then I think I was just playing a bunch of sports like most kids do, but it wasn't until grade 8 that I started playing basketball. That was when I went through the first bit of my growth spurt, so I became really tall over like 5 months. Playing against all the other kids my age, I would compare myself to them, and I realized that I'm not gonna say I was the greatest, but I was better than most of them. So that was when I realized I could really take this far if I try. Yeah. The only ones that I can remember were when I first arrived in Canada. The first couple of years, like I said, was pretty hard for my family. The thing that was hardest for me was getting used to the culture change, right? So I definitely did some weird things. Well, some things that people would consider weird here that were weird back home in Nigeria, right? But I guess thinking back, kind of sucked that the kids, my classmates, always kind of picked on me for those little things. So that's one thing. And the other thing is, man, kids are mean. They point out a lot of the differences because my ears used to be huge. Well, I mean, they're the same size, but my head was much smaller. Yeah. So they always make fun of me for that. They make fun of me because my nose is big too. But honestly, I don't even care anymore. I think I grew up to be a pretty good-looking dude. Thinking about that, whenever I see like an immigrant, I try my best not to hate on them because it's pretty hard immigrating. First of all, my parents, my mom and my dad, they're really resilient people. Because when we first immigrated, not having documents and everything, it was really difficult for us, for them to provide for me and my sisters. I didn't really notice it when I was like during the time, but as I grew older, I kind of remembered some things. I just try to use their attitude that they had bringing us up, like in Canada, in our first couple years in Canada. I try to put that in my game, like try to be resilient, just keep my head down, shut up, do my work, you know. And then the third person, a basketball player, his name's Hakeem Olajuwon. He's my favorite player of all time. He's not the greatest player, but I love him because one, he's Nigerian, which is where I'm from. And he plays the same position as me, as a power forward in the center. And sort of the same thing, he immigrated to the States. He immigrated when he was much older than I was. I think about 14 or 15. But as soon as he got here, he just grew up and started killing it in the league. Yeah, he's actually one of the best centers, and one of the best defensive centers, period, to ever play the game. So. Yeah. As soon as I got the offer, my parents were really happy because they love this place. The other thing, Coach Clay. I'd also known him since I was like 14 or 15. So I already felt kind of comfortable with him. And I got one really good piece of advice. Go where you feel the safest, I guess. And playing for Coach Clay and going to this school, I just kind of felt the best. I've actually broken a couple of our school records. My favorite one was this year against Regina. I had 6 blocks in the game, so that's our school record now.
What would you say to young athletes, aspiring athletes, who are looking to follow a similar path to you?
Okay, first things first, play a lot of sports, okay? When you get to 16 or 17, you could specialize then, but playing a lot of sports when you're young will help you be good at every sport. Second thing, sleep a lot, okay? a lot. That's when you grow. And last but not least, this is the most important one. Try and be like a person of high character, right? Because there's a lot of talented athletes out in the world, right? But there aren't a lot of good people. So when coaches are comparing athletes, sometimes it comes to character and not your skill.